Hello everyone and welcome back. So what we need is we need to create a dot network. I'm going to call this fire temp. And I'm going to dive inside. We're going to create a pyro sparse. I'm going to create a pyro, a smoke object sparse. I'm going to connect that, and then the volume source. I'm going to connect that to the sourcing, and we need to make sure that the enlarge fields is on, and then we want to change this back and forth. So we want to source smoke, and they don't have density. We have one field. We don't have velocity as well. We have a burn attribute that needs to go into the flame attribute, and I'm also going to inject a little bit of velocity, of temperature from my source, which we have prepared. So I'm going to use the mode add instead of full, which is simpler. And let's go back here. I'm going to set the resolution to 0.05, and let's connect the source, which is this. So if we hit play, we should see I'm going to change the fire start frame to 87. Yeah, it is 87. Okay. And let's go back. Object. Let me verify something super quick. Smoke object. Okay. And let's visualize everything. So density. And I don't have density, sorry. I'm gonna visualize the flame, and I'm gonna use this as the temperature. And let's reset the cache, and that's what we have. Okay, so let's turn this off. We need it. I'm gonna lower the scale of this, and also the temperature, and we need to increase this to 500 maybe. This is 1000. Yeah, it needs to match the somewhat the values here. And so this is it. This is the basic setup. Now the buoyancy is quite high, so I'm gonna lower the temperature to 2 and maybe the buoyancy a bit, and let's hit play. Okay, now it's not rising too much, and we have our initial data. We just need to start tweaking few things. So I'm gonna lower the lifespan to 0.6. I don't want it to live for too long. And we can start adding disturbance. I don't need dissipation. I'm going to add disturbance, shredding, and turbulence. And we need to affect a specific field. So we're going to affect the flame, and we're going to shred the flame, and we're going to add turbulence to the temperature. I don't need control for the density. I wanted it to be the same. And that's really it. These are the main settings for that fire flame. The trick is getting the collision properly working, and a few other things, but the initial sim doesn't have anything major to it. I'm gonna go and show the settings, the final settings of the sim, which are here. So let's go back, and I think it's gonna be self-explanatory for you guys. I'm gonna lower this to 1.5. This is the final resolution I used. I think we can go higher. And remember, right now we're testing it without the collision geometry, it's going to kill off a lot of this fire. Right now it's escaping. Everything is making it all the way through. So we have to have the collision geometry back in to make sure that it's working the way we wanted it to be. So let's go over the settings. The lifespan is 0.65, and I'm not emitting temperature from the flame. I'm using it here. Actually, this value is 3. I'm using it here. I'm just copying what we're creating in SOPs and using that directly, so we don't have to rely on the combustion model. And then I turned off all these, and I need a lot of shredding for fire because we want to disturb that flame field as much as possible. And the reference scale basically says that 2 voxels or 4 voxels will be used as 1 unit, and that's going to be the scale of the noise. So value of 0.2 is going to be, it's going to be very small, but not too small to disrupt the sim. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend going below 0.1, maybe 1.5, always 0.2 or higher. And then shredding, I'm using block size of 0.1, which is again 4 voxels. This is 8 voxels. Okay, this is bigger. This is going to be very small. I wouldn't recommend going lower than this. But for the flame, it's needed because we need a lot of breakups. And let's see. And the last one is the turbulence, which I'm using to affect the temperature, and a swirl size of 2. Everything else is pretty low except the shredding. I'm using a massive amount there because I want to break up the flame as much as possible. And maybe I think I can, no, yeah, we don't go smaller, sorry. That's it. That's gonna break up the flame, and it's gonna respect all the other macro solvers and give us hopefully the result that we want. Now the trick is to add the collision geometry on top of it and a few other things which we're gonna cover in the next video. But the initial sim for the fire, I would simply start with a big amount of shredding, a little bit of turbulence, and a little bit of disturbance. But the best one that will give us the breakup, you know, those flames separating, is the shredding, and we need to affect the flame or the temperature. You can explore both of them. In my case, I affected the flame. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.